Hello everyone, today I'm sharing 7 of the top Gourmand fragrance releases of 2025 so far. These are fragrances that I really think are standouts. They're fragrances that I genuinely enjoy, and they are perfumes that I think you should definitely have your eye on. If you are someone who loves Gourmands, maybe you want something a little bit more unique, maybe you want something a little bit more special and interesting, this is going to be the video for you to watch because I have consolidated 7 amazing perfumes. From inexpensive to luxury, these are fragrances that you should definitely have your eye on. If this is your first time on this channel, hello, my name is Anya. I love fragrances. I talk about them here every single weekday, Monday through Friday. I also publish additional content on TikTok and Instagram under the username ANECHKAFRAGRANCES. And if you are someone who really loves fragrance history, I actually have a podcast called The Fragrance Report. I publish a new episode of that podcast every single Wednesday on YouTube and on Spotify as well for you guys to listen to. And if you are someone who also is trying to be a little bit more mindful in 2025, let's just say you want to track how much money you're spending on fragrances, you want to establish a budget for yourself, you also want to track how many samples, decants from various brands you have. You want to make sure that you're tracking the kinds of notes that you have in your collection. Then I highly recommend you download my fragrance collection log and expense tracker. This is a spreadsheet available for you to download in my Stan store. With that being said, let's get into it because there is a lot to cover in this video. Starting off with honestly probably one of my favorite releases of this year so far. Flat out, yes, we're starting off with a banger. We're starting off with an absolute highlight in this video, and that is from one of my favorite brands, Une Nuit Nomade. They launched their extrait perfume, Chemin d'Amande. This is a fragrance that I had the pleasure of smelling when it was still in its mod at Scent Explorer. Like, this wasn't even available at Scent Explorer. They very kindly allowed me to smell a little decant of it, and I smelled it and I fell head over heels in love with it. This, to put it very simply, and we are going to be going into the notes, but this smells like an almond croissant with the marzipan filling, or is it marzipan, like the almond filling inside? This smells stunningly beautiful. It smells amazing. I just sprayed myself. Oh my gosh, it smells so comforting, so delicious, and so gorgeous. I smell the almond paste, like that's like the almond paste that you'd find in an almond croissant. This is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It really hugs the skin. I wouldn't say this is a very loud fragrance. It is an extrait concentration, so it is a higher concentration of perfume oil, this fragrance, but this perfume, I would say it's not a very loud fragrance. It doesn't have like a huge sillage, but it hugs the skin beautifully. It's such a comforting fragrance. This is absolutely a standout perfume for me. As soon as I smelled it, I knew I wanted it. And I'm so glad to finally have it in my collection. If you're interested in trying this fragrance, I do have a code available with Une Nuit Nomade, Anya10 for a discount. You can also mix and match with the other fragrances on the website if you want to get decants, travel sizes, samples. They have all those options available, and my code will work on everything. So definitely recommend checking this fragrance out. Let me actually go into the notes. Wait, I'm going massively out of order today. So, Chemin d'Amande is a perfume with almond, wheat absolute, pure jungle essence, and conscious bourbon vanilla. But like I said before, to me, it smells like an almond croissant, like an almond croissant. This is beautiful. Highly, highly, highly recommend this one. So, by Une Nuit Nomade, amazing. 5 stars, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend this. So, moving on to something a little bit more affordable. Let's just say you want something that's slightly more accessible. Let's try Snif. So, Snif is a brand that I recently started working with, and they are amazing. I love their team. Their fragrances are also really fun too. They come out with a lot of releases, but I like how every release is definitely like a good fragrance, like just like on its own, like it's a standalone. There's nothing that they've come out with that I don't like or I wouldn't wear. Yes, like of course I have a lot of fragrances in my collection, but I'm also very discerning about what I wear on a daily basis, and all these fragrances are fragrances that I genuinely enjoy, which isn't the case for every single release, obviously, but I do have some dense to share with you, but this is Snif's Me, and this came out earlier this year. It's kind of like a peach skin orris fragrance with a beautiful musk that I think is like very kind of present in some other Snif fragrances. If you like a clean girl fragrance, this is that. It's a beautiful perfume. Like, it's so comforting too, and you can see like this is my dent. Like, I genuinely love wearing this fragrance and I very much enjoy it. Yeah, this is beautiful. So I very much love this one. It's a kind of like a gourmand adjacent scent, meaning it is gourmand, but it's, I think, a really good option for those of you who maybe don't want to smell like a photorealistic food item. And there are some fragrances that are, you know, like a photorealistic food item that I also enjoy. But this is just like easy throw on kind of fragrance, super, you know, like you don't have to worry about it too much. So yeah, Snif Me, definitely a standout. I've been adoring this one. I haven't worn it in a while, but like when it first came out, I was obsessed with it, and smelling it again, I kind of want to reintroduce it back into the rotation because it's really quite lovely. Then I also have 2 additional releases from Snif. They have been busy. They launched hot cakes, which I don't usually, okay, you guys know this. When it comes to like a viral fragrance, I'm gonna be like pretty like discerning with it. Like, I'm not gonna get something just because it's viral. I'm not gonna talk about it just because it's viral. But genuinely, I do enjoy this a lot. This is inspired by pancakes, like a pancake breakfast. And to me, it literally smells like an IHOP pancake, like a fluffy, fluffy pancake with maple syrup, creamy, beautiful, delicious gourmand. If you have that scent memory in your head and you want to replicate that in a fragrance, get this. I wore this like when it was like a little bit colder, and it was such a cozy perfume because when like I would spray it on my jacket, like I'd smell it like days later and I'd be like, wow, this is delicious. And this to me is delicious. Like, if you are not looking for like that photorealistic, like plain old pancake smell, this might not be for you, but for me, I really find this scent super nostalgic, and I've been drawn to this a lot. Snif also introduced their more premium super line, and their first fragrance in this line is the super version of Sweet Ash. So this is a higher end version of their traditional fragrances. It's a slightly different bottle design. It's a more premium experience. And the fragrance is so, so good. Now, I don't have the original Sweet Ash to compare it to, but I have smelled it, and I will say I kind of prefer this one. This has notes of milk, vanilla absolute, sandalwood, musk, fir, and cedarwood. To me, it smells like a woodsy, vanilla type fragrance. It's really beautiful. It's just an easy fragrance. It's a good vanilla, not too sweet, not too gourmand. This is gorgeous. So yeah, 3 standouts from Snif. The one I've been wearing the most is Snif's Me. The one that's my favorite, and this is because of my personal preferences, what I enjoy, has definitely been hotcakes. I like this a lot. I actually, no, I love this. It's a fun fragrance. It's playful. It's also photorealistic. It doesn't smell synthetic at all. It just smells like so photorealistic, which is crazy to me. But yeah, standouts from Snif. They've been doing a great job this year. Let's move on and talk about higher fragrances. This is Guilty Pleasures. I have like the 20 milliliter size of this. This is available in, I think this is still available. They basically have like a discovery set that consists of all their fragrances in this 20 milliliter sizing. And Guilty Pleasures was, I believe, like their first new launch for 2025. And I really like it. It's a gorgeous, like, chocolatey fragrance with citruses, like with like orange citruses. And for me, like that kind of scent profile has been done so much. Like, I was kind of like not sure if I'd like it, but like with many other of their with many more of their fragrances, Higher has a really interesting way of taking what has already been done, not for every one of their fragrances, but for some of their fragrances, taking what's already been done and making it even more complex, making it even more interesting and innovative and special, to the point that you smell these fragrances and you're like, wait, I know that I could possibly have something similar in my collection, but this is a much better version. It's a more complex version, and I like it a lot. That's at least my experience. I did purchase these, by the way, with my own money, like all 4 of their fragrances they've launched so far in this size. And let's get into the notes because I am obsessed. So this has notes of powdered chocolate, cinnamon, bitter almond, pimento, and orange bitters, a mid of cacao, hazelnuts, rum, and caramel, and then a base of praline, musk, myrrh, ambergris, tonka, cashmere wood, gaiac wood, and Madagascar vanilla. Let's spray it on. I love this. Like the way that delicious chocolatey musk just hugs the skin. This is beautiful. Yeah, this is stunning. Don't sleep on Hyatt. If you love Gourmands, don't sleep on them. They have 3 additional fragrances that they've launched so far. Those launched closer to the end of 2024, which is why I haven't included them here. But they have come out with some exceptionally good Gourmands. This is the one that they came out with in 2025. But their other fragrances are amazing. Slow Sip, so impressed by that one. Pretty Please, gorgeous cherry that I absolutely love. And then their first one, 7 minutes. That one I wasn't expecting to love as much because I was thinking, okay, it's like a sweet caramel vanilla. Like how interesting can it actually get? But it was like woodsy, it was floral. There was like some marshmallow in there. Like they are doing some really interesting things over at Hyatt. So definitely recommend that you check this brand out. Then, of course, we have one of my must-haves. Like, this is easily going to be one of my must-have fragrances. It already is now, but especially going into the summer months. I'm, of course, talking about Anya by Pernoire. Stunning, gorgeous, highly recommend this. I've already talked about this a lot, but I genuinely love it. Like, I think it's so relevant for so many of my videos because this is, like, genuinely a delicious smelling gourmand. Like, it's hard to make pineapple and mango smell luxurious, but in this case it absolutely does. And I think it's the pairing with the ginger note here that just adds something different and special. There's also pomelo here. It's beautiful. Like it's really, really pretty. And it's strong too. It lasts all day. And I love pairing it with other fragrances, like specifically fragrances that are a little bit more like gourmand as well, but like also have like fruity notes that are maybe like a little bit complementary, different. I love the ginger in here. I love how it accents the rest of the fragrance notes. This is gorgeous. So highly recommend Anya by Pernoire. I do have a discovery code available with them. I actually have 2, one of which will give you a free travel size spray with any full bottle purchase, and then the other one, which I definitely recommend you try if you like or if you want to try more Pernoire, is their discovery set code that I have with them, Anya DK. You can get 20% off their discovery set. Go ahead and try their fragrances. They have some amazing options. Then, of course, last but certainly not least, I have this perfume. This was, again, like one of the standouts of Scent Explorer when I went last year. This was so good. Like, I think this launched either at the very end of 2024 or at the very beginning of 2025. Regardless, I wanted to put it in this video because this has been definitely a highlight for me in terms of like the gourmand category. Delicious, beautiful, spiced mango with some ginger, pepper. There's like a light black pepper touch in here. But the star of the show here, definitely the white florals. So this has notes of mango, sweet orange, blackcurrant, and black pepper, a mid of Egyptian jasmine, Indian tuberose, and ylang-ylang, and then a base of musk and cashmere wood. So I said this in a previous video, or I said this in one of my other videos. To me, this fragrance definitely smells like white florals. So if you love white florals, like if you love tuberose, jasmine, and you want something a little bit more unique, a little bit special, a little bit different, try this because the mango, especially the spiced mango, adds a unique twist to this, and the the ginger and the black pepper prevent it from smelling too typical. So this, in my mind, is like a lightly spiced mango fragrance with white florals holding the center stage. Beautiful, beautiful. I know that gourmands are kind of like a buzzword, and I actually filmed this video because I posted a poll for you guys on my community tab asking you what you wanted to see. Like I think I gave you 3 options, and one of the options was, do you want to see all 3 of these? And most of you picked, let me see, what are the metrics? I would say, yeah, so I said top 5 gourmands for 2025 so far, best perfumes that stop you in your tracks, reviewing the last 10 fragrances I've received in PR, and then all 3. I think 22% said that you wanted this video, 28% said you wanted the best perfumes to stop you in your tracks, And then 28% also said you wanted the reviewing the last 10 fragrances I've received in PR. And then 22% said all three. So yeah, I genuinely do like using the community tab feature on YouTube to kind of like gauge y'all's opinion about what you want to see, because I did still want to film this video, even though like compared to the other two it didn't receive like that much attention just in terms of like what you wanted to see the most. But I still want to film this because I genuinely like love Gourmands. But let me know, because I know that a lot of like creators love talking about Gourmands, and it's kind of like been like a very trending topic. Let me know, do you want me to talk about like more floral fragrances, because I have a lot of florals in my collection. I do love floral fragrances. Do you want me to talk about any other categories? Like, what are some other categories that you think you can really benefit from if like I was sharing my perspective on them? Like, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Like, tell me what you want to see next. I get so much of my inspiration from you, because like, yeah, filming 5 videos a week, like I try to like diversify as much as possible. I'll continue doing it for as long as I can, like, because I will say, like, behind the scenes a little bit, like lifting the curtain slightly, my channel has done the best when I've published more content, and like when I publish more shorts, because like YouTube really likes that. When I've published more full-length videos, YouTube really likes that. So in terms of growth, like it really helps my channel when I like consistently put out like this much content in a week, but like it also does help me a lot with like ideas and inspiration to get your feedback too, because at the end of the day, you're watching the videos, you're, you know, getting the information, and I really want to be that kind of creator that focuses on topics or focuses on themes that maybe not like everyone else is talking about. So that's why, yes, I like love talking about like what's trending, like Gourmands, but if you want me to focus on anything that's like a little bit less talked about, like a little bit, you know, like for example, florals are not as like hyped as Gourmands right now. So like that's just one example. Like, do you want me to talk about that? I can talk about that. But yeah, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you want to see next. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.